Hi, everyone. I'm Tanya Rivero. Thank you for joining us. Firefighters are trying to contain the deadliest and most destructive wildfire in California's history. The Camp Fire above Sacramento is one of 3 active fires in the state. Officials say at least 42 people have died and nearly 7,000 structures have been destroyed. Search and recovery teams are looking for human remains among the rubble, as officials say more than 200 people are still missing. Mireya Villarreal has the latest.
150 new crew members will be coming in to join in the search. This area is significant because it shows you what happens when crews come through. X marks the spot. This means they were here, they went through this property, they didn't find anything, and they moved on. As we've been with search crews, we noticed it took them a full day to go through just 100 different mobile home properties. This is clearly a very methodical and slow process. In what's left of the town of Paradise, search and recovery crews wear face masks as they carefully sort through piles of debris and use power saws to cut through melted and twisted metal, searching for human remains. With so many people still missing, every inch of this mobile home park has to be searched. But there are areas where crews can't get into, which is where you bring in this cadaver dog. State officials have even requested 2 portable mortuaries and rapid DNA testing to expedite the identification process.
Under normal circumstances where you would have, people and places and things to help you connect them, a lot of that is gone.
Down PG&E power lines combined with high winds is believed to have started the fire that was burning at a rate of 30 football fields per minute. With more than 200 people still unaccounted for, families desperate for answers are posting flyers of their loved ones on message boards at shelters. More than 50,000 evacuees made it out. Many are staying at shelters and some are sleeping in their cars in motel parking lots. How did you save your home?
Well, we had water for about an hour and a half before the water ran out.
Ed Gleason decided to ignore the evacuation order and stay put to protect his home.
There's maybe only a couple of hundred homes in the entire town that are left. I didn't think that would happen.
The fire is at least 30% contained, and experts are saying it can take them between 2 to 3 weeks to get it fully contained, which would take us through the end of November. But right now, the hardest part and the slowest part will be the search. Tanya?
Mireya Villarreal in Paradise, California. Thank you. And Chris Martinez is in Calabasas, California. That's in the southern part of the state near the Woolsey and Hill fires. Chris, can you tell us what the latest is where you are?
Well, Tanya, just in about the past maybe 30, 40 minutes, there's been a relatively large flare-up here at the Woolsey Fire. This one just a little bit west of us, around an area called Westlake Village. It's at least 50 acres right now and growing, and it's a very quick-moving, wind-driven flare-up, and this is exactly what firefighters were worried about as they were going into today, is these Santa Ana winds, these very strong winds, and the potential to blow this fire beyond where it is now as they're trying to contain it. So they're on that right now, hitting it relentlessly with water drops, and they're pointing to this as an example as to why people who have not evacuated or who maybe are returning home still need to be on guard here, because this fight here is far from over. The fire here, more than 90,000 acres at this point, more than 400 homes destroyed in this area, and only about 35% contained. That's good. Containment is good, but they got a long way to go before they feel confident that they really have a handle on this thing. And if the winds persist today, and they're blowing right now, and they go beyond today into tomorrow, that could give firefighters here some real problems, Tanya, as they try to finally clamp this thing down.
Yeah, I remember talking to you yesterday, and winds were the major concern. Firefighters said they were expected to continue through today. They are, as you just told us, so we just have to hope that dies down soon. Now, Chris, before the president approved a major disaster declaration for California, he criticized the state's forest management and threatened to withhold funding. What has been the response to the president's claims?
Well, there's been some response from at least some of the firefighter unions or the first responders, and they're not happy with it. We had in fact, the president of the California Firefighter Union who called the president of the United States ignorant about wildfires. So there's been some tough remarks here from some of the officials. They weren't happy with what they saw in that tweet. At the same time, they're not focusing on that. Their focus right now is on these two fires, these massive fires that are still burning out of control. So they're aware of it and they're talking about it to a degree, but I think they're trying to not be distracted here because they've got a long way to go, and their biggest priority right now is on making sure they keep people safe, trying to protect the property, and trying to get these fires out. They're estimating right now, by the way, that they might have full containment down here by this weekend. That's dependent on the weather. I think once we get past all this, all the firefight itself, maybe you might see some people responding a bit more to that. But for now, they're trying to really keep a razor-sharp focus on the task at hand, and it's a big one at that.
That's right. They are not worried about the president's tweets right now. They're worried about keeping people safe. Chris Martinez in Calabasas, California, thank you.